Hello everyone, Saturday with Kendra. I was just reflecting on the very first Saturday with Kendra that I did on my porch. My hair was a big old mess. I didn't have any makeup on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna talk reality about what's going on in the world. I put the link of that video down in this description box if you're curious about that. And today I want to talk to you about making decisions.
I finally found something more.
This is going to have to be a pretty quick video because I have two contractors sitting in their car. They're going to be coming in here to work soon. I'm getting my trim on my windows and the baseboards, and unfortunately, I was supposed to have the doors delivered from Lowe's yesterday, and they pushed it off to next Wednesday. I'm actually going home to Illinois on Sunday and not coming back until Wednesday afternoon, but I'm giving it to God. I think the people will be here and maybe they can accept the 14 doors. I don't know. I just keep taking it day by day and trying to discern spirits. So if you're out there and you have to make a huge decision in your life, this is how you do it. When I felt God pulling me, asking me to go into ministry, to work in His vineyard, to help His kingdom here on earth, I was in between jobs and I had a decision to make. Do I go back into corporate America? Or do I leave it all and go work for God and take that leap of faith? It took about a month for me to finally understand that yes, this was God's will. So I sat in adoration and I put myself in both of these lives. And then I paid attention to what was going on in my body and in my mind. So I put myself back as an executive in corporate America. And I looked at my life for a month, for 3 months, for 6 months, for a year. And I thought about everything, the pros and the cons. And of course, I wrote down what my body was feeling and what my mind was feeling. Then I put myself in my ministry role. What would it look like in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, a year? And I had no idea. At least I've been an executive in corporate America for most of my professional life. This one was a total unknown. They say not to make a decision in desolation. Desolation is when you are dry. Your prayer is you're in the arid desert. You can't feel God. You're not getting any consolations. But at this time, I was definitely feeling and listening and knowing that it was God's voice. I did a couple videos on the discernment of spirits rule, so go check that out. I'll try to find them and put them in the link below, because it's really important to discern between the three voices in your head: God, you, and Satan. And we have to understand that sometimes we can give ourselves false thoughts, false securities. And that was what I was debating between my thoughts and God's thoughts. Because sometimes we want things to happen in our life and we think it's the best for us. As a matter of fact, this happened to me when I was working. I was trying to get out of that job. It was a cancer environment and I was in the process of interviewing. It took about 3 months and I was in adoration every single day, praying and praying and praying for God to give me this job at Motorola. And about 2 days before the decision came, I'm still in adoration, praying and praying and praying. And then God put this thought in my head: this is not right for you. And my body had this complete peace. And He was right. That job wasn't right for me. And if I got the offer for that job, which I did not, I would not be sitting here speaking to you today. So it's really important when you have a big decision to pray and pray and pray. Do not rush it. And write down everything that's going on when you put yourself in both of the scenarios. Maybe there's 3 scenarios. I don't know. Put yourself in each one and write down the thoughts that come into your head, the feelings that are in your body, and keep praying and praying. And when you think it's God, and when you think He's telling you, yes, I want you to do this, say, Lord, if this is you, bring more to me. So obviously I got the answer to yes, leave my executive career, and it was all contingent on my husband saying yes, which I did not think he would. I was the breadwinner in the house, and I was thinking that he's not going to let me leave all this money, but he said yes. And then I knew this was definitely God's decision. The Holy Spirit in my husband started working. And here I am almost 6 years later, loving every moment of it and still praying on my decisions. And then in prayer, God kept coming into my prayer, building this retreat home. And I kept thinking to myself, whoa, that is a huge deal. And I remember I was fearful. I was not wanting to let go of my money. And I was going to do a non-for-profit and borrow money from people to build it. And I never felt comfortable about that. I always felt guilty because I have retirement money. So one day in adoration, I flat out asked him, "Do you want me to use my money for this?" And he came back with a resounding yes. And that is why this project is moving forward. And I also had to discern, do you want me to move here? Obviously he does, since he wants the retreat home, but at the same time, I still have to pray. I want to feel that peace and that calmness. And it wasn't until I really prayed and the book, Searching for and Maintaining Peace, came into my lap by Jacques Philippe. We've got to pray through major decisions, and we have to know the rules of discernment. There's 14 of them. I'm sure you can find it anywhere, but I did read a book by Dan Burke. It's on my Amazon.com/shop/Kendra Von Esch. It's a very simple way to discern the spirits in your life. So the next time that you have a major decision to make, please pray. Do not rush it. If you have no time, still pray. Write things down and do a quick analysis. Talk to a friend that is holy and make sure that you know your desires and you have to let them go. Lord, I want this job in Motorola. I prayed for 3 months for it. And then 2 days beforehand, he pretty much said, this is not for you. And I was so peaceful about it. I wasn't upset when I heard that I didn't get the job. I was totally cool and peaceful. And that is the journey with God. All right, everyone, I'm going to go to my soul, mind, and body family. If you want to join, you can click join below if you've got a Droid. $4.99 a month. We talk about too much information. If you have an iPhone, you have to go on a computer and you can join there. If not, I will see you next time. Find something more with God. Soul, mind, and body. Make those decisions with Him. And have a blessed and inspired day.
I finally found something